What's up, friends? What great intro. Great intro. Good start. I mean, you know, at least my mic is on. We're doing better. We're doing better than some other streams this week. Oh, I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. It is time for some FACEIT League. We've got, it's our final week of Expert Division. Master Division's already kicked off playoffs. Have already started playing those postseason matches. We've got Moths taking on GG Vipera today. It's Moths' final game of the season, and they do have an opportunity to kind of get out of this 8-win slog, right? You've got a throng of teams here with 8 wins. Only 1 with 9 and 0 with 7, ironically enough. But you do have 7 teams here all sitting at the 8-win marker. So now Arion still has 2 games to play, as does Vipera, who we're seeing here today. Also has 2 games left to play. But an opportunity for these teams to kind of separate themselves. And, a 9th win, suddenly you're in top 8. Since Dragon Vanguard is kind of the cutoff, none of our teams are going to drop down below that. So there's no risk of falling completely out of top 16 and completely out of playoffs. But, particularly with Vipera, still have a couple games left to play. They could theoretically fall to 8 and 8. In which case, they might see themselves down here in the 14th to 16th. If either Moths or Vipera find themselves dropping down here a little bit, you start finding yourself facing, one of these teams. It's the difference between facing a team that has between 0 and 3 losses versus a team that has 6 or 7 losses, right? It feels like a much easier task. Despite the fact that there's not any, win or go home kind of stakes on the line here today, I still think this is an important match, and so I thought it'd be a good one to get on stream. We did just have Moths on Monday. But you know what? We hadn't had Moths on a whole lot this season. Let's get them on twice this week. Why the hell not? All right, quick zoom in on Moths. We're in advance for their first 2 seasons in the league. This is their 3rd season here. Finishing 4th there in season 3. Part of that graduating class this season, we saw a few teams move up from that advanced class here. Then they've managed to put up some good wins. I mean, most notably, this win over Potofu. This win over Potofu, I think, was a big upset. Kind of indicate that Moths perhaps do belong in this top 10. I mean, and that's one huge hurdle down. Now they've got another one here today, taking on Vipera. Zooming in on Vipera's season, coming in 8 and 6. Again, both teams in that 8 range, that 8-win range right now. But a team that I kind of started off really rough, right? Started off 2 and 5, and I was worried it was going to be just another one of the teams that ended up in the very bottom of the bracket and didn't have much of a showing here. But it turns out they just faced a lot of really tough opponents very early. You notice all of these teams are top 10 teams, including Pytel, who they got the dub over. So, and that was the one kind of where it's like, okay, Vipera, they're losing to Super Shy and Quack and Good Guys and some of these teams that we expect to be up here, but they took a dub over Pytel. So in their 1 and 5 streak here, because this was a forfeit win, right? In their 1 and 5 opening, that win over Pytel still kind of made us sit up and go, okay. But are able to turn it around, put together a nice 6-game win streak, forfeits or not. I mean, there's only 1 forfeit in there. Separate themselves from the kind of 12 and below teams. So end up with 8 wins on the board here, have gotten themselves into the playoffs with this nice 6-win streak. Yeah, do take an L to me, Drawn, but you're talking about what is currently your 2nd or 3rd place team, kind of depending on how you look at this. You have Moths and Arion are your 2 remaining games. So, we're saying Moths is an 8 and 7 team, Arion is another 8 and 6 team. So both of these teams kind of right around Vipera's level. Both of their remaining games are teams with the exact same number of wins that they have currently put on the board. It'll be a really good test of where Vipera is, and it's kind of like when you're a kid growing up. And we're gonna see if that marker continues to move up that wall. When we get that Sharpie back out, going into playoffs, are Vipera, have Vipera put on an inch or 2? Okay, Lijiang Tower to kick things off for our first map. This is going to be the final week. So in Expert Division here, for this final week, we will still have all map picks done at the top of the series and all hero bans done at the top of the series. But starting next week, once we get into playoffs, it will be universal across all FACEIT League to emulate OWCS. So it'll be loser pick, and then, bans will be done map to map, and then we'll then see the the elimination of multiple hero bans, right? Where you can only ban one hero per team per series. So as we're still with the old system here, it just alternates left and right. So Vipera got picked on map 1. Moths got banned here for map 2. Vipera, got first ban. Moths picked Blizzard World. All right, let's get into map 1. Start things off on Lijiang Tower. Oh, y'all be nice to Jazzy. I mean, Jazzy's own support duo is saying we don't care. Come on, be nice now. Hazard and Winston, the only differences we're seeing in our two compositions here in our opening map on Gardens. Looked like the audio was a little loud, though. Let me know if the game audio is too loud. Dive in from SLZ into the back. Woo! A quick dash through. I was watching Moss backline, and Dactus and SLZ are able to push in and pick up a quick pair. This has forced Vipera back to the bridge as they wait for a regroup. 16% and counting on the board, but Hari's very quickly pushed in to take T-House back. A quick kill on the pro player. SLZ denied entrance. I don't know if that was a boob through the window. It didn't look like a boob kill, but it was fast. And Vipera grabbed the flip on the back of a quick re-engage there from Hari. Dactus off the Winston's gonna go into an Orisa here. Close to a Kitsune rush, but Nina already has theirs online though. In fact, both of those Fox Layton Streets hitting the battlefield immediately. A lot of pressure in on Hari. I don't know if they're gonna be able to get out. Nah, Hari cannot get around that corner. And even with the Kitsune rush, there's not enough healing to go around. Snappy didn't come up with a second kill through all this. Gotta love a bloodthirsty Lucio. Almost got Rare there. I mean, Rare had to double swift step out. Oh no, that was even just a single swift step. Oh, yep. Wish they had the double. And Snappy shows up at the kill feed once again. Yeah, 2v1. Role player slides out from the downpour and don't believe... Okay, that was a sound barrier out of Jazzy. For a split second, I don't know why my brain thought it, but for a split second, I thought Snappy was coming in to try to beat. I was like, well, no, never mind. Still, I mean, that one downpour from Hari, and you get that sound barrier out of Jazzy. Now it's, I mean, a free engage as we're going to get both DPS ults. And no! Jazzy boops the sound barrier off the side. Both of them are down, but able to get the AJ onto Snappy and take away that huge ultimate advantage. SLZ with the blade in the back just doesn't have enough health to really do anything with it. We're pretty close in percentage. As Moss will get it tied up before the flip comes in. Kitsune rush come back in. 90% on the board for Vipera. The wall doesn't block the rush, but does... Oh, it's another double boop. The swift step will get one back on, but Bro Player can't slide off in time. Rav dashes through SLZ. And Vipera look to have this thing in control. You do have... There was a flip amidst all of that. Courtesy of Jazzy. And Jazzy comes in alongside Dactus. We'll pick up a touch here towards the, I mean, right at 99%. But tries sitting long all across the front courtyard. Beautiful sightlines across the objective. No one's going to be able to stay there for long. Tries with a nice little 3-piece there in the final fight. And Vipera will grab our opening sub map. So Hari sticking with the hazard here. It worked out well, particularly just feeling some very quick re-engages, not having to wait for, you know, a 5v5. Oh, my outlines aren't on. Here's what goes on. Sorry. Hey, turn it on. Daxus comes out on the Zarya this time around. What I was leading into before I realized I didn't have outlines on. A lot of damage output, but much lower health pool compared to the Winston and most certainly the Orisa. So first cap goes over to Vipera here fairly early on. Did not feel like it was much resistance out of Moths on that one as they had to fall back and regroup after Dactus goes down. Bubble to push forward, reclaim the hallway. Gets up to about 100 charge, yeah. Remember, that was faster decay rate now with that mid-season patch that came through yesterday. So you can see losing that damage a little bit faster than we did the day before. Kitsune rush up. Snappy's gonna go down on the outside though. SLC is able to work in. Running out of time. Gotta keep Dactus alive or at least counterpunch quick enough to where their death's not gonna matter. They actually managed to do both. Well, at least till the very, very end. So good job from Dactus to survive through the massive amount of burst damage there from Hari. Overclock for bow player here to start things off. Once again, we're seeing the speed of this comp. I mean, re-engaging so quick. It was only about 25% on the board before the re-engage came in. Sound barrier in from Snappy. Row player low, but gets the bubble, and the grab comes out from Dactus. Wall up to Brock the follow-up, but at least some of it. And the Blizzard just barely catches Dactus on the edge of its AoE. Removing all the tanks from the battlefield. We're down to a 3v3 with SLZ's Blade. Trying to chase down Snappy on the outside. Snappy gets the boop on the Jazzy and gets out one piece. No shot. Snappy mastering some jazz steps, and Hari's going to throw down the downpour. Dactus is able to keep themselves safe, but Bro player in a bit of trouble. Is able to find the Mega, slide out, but can't get through the doorway. Caught by tries. He comes up with 2. 61% and counting on the board for Vipera. Rev's gone over to the Tracer here after using that Blizzard. Tries has already picked up 1 and still has the OC to work with. Jazzy with about 50 health. Drops that sound barrier and try to push forward in this 4v5. You're running into a Kitsune rush though. End up just kind of getting stalled out here in this front entryway. Dactus low on health, not going to make it out. The Kitsune rush is too late to save the tank. Without a tank, they're just so difficult to push into this. I mean, 99% of the board, there was just no choice. A great opening pick to take Dactus down, and Vipera leveraged that into a map win. They'll take Lijiang in the 1-0 lead. What's some map 1 stats? Rav coming out swinging. Whoa! I'm working in a Blizzard World lickety split. This is going to be a Moths map pick. It was Numbani banned out from Vipera. Brick and Kiriko bans. Kiri from Vipera. Moths banning Brick. Get all that fixed for you. Okay, slight variation with rare on the Ana here. Everything else is same coming out from the defensive Moths. As Dax is actually going into their own hazard, and it's Hari and Vipera who move into the Winston composition. Once again, we're also seeing the Lucio Ana. We've been seeing this more. I mean, very recently. Still seeing some Brig Ana, but we're starting to see more and more this Lucio Ana pairing. Lucio, of course, has a bit more versatility, be able to move in, kind of help with your flankers. This case, trying to keep SLZ alive in that side room. They're going to get forced out. Looks like Hari and Rav are turning to the objective. Bit of a 3-2 split from the defense. Jazzy gets picked off in that mega room. Now, SLZ finds themselves in a 2v1, trying to blink out of there. This is going to open up this backside. Dactus able to find Sanapi, but does end up going down. Rav eating a purple, and still Hari finds Rare. And they're going to get this cap. Nanimist available to try to get in. Want to try to get in on Rare in that back line, I'd imagine. Rare's not sitting all the way back. He's kind of sitting at the Nexus entrance. So it's definitely still diveable. You can see Rav and Hari are up there trying to scout where they want to go with this. It was purely an information gathering move there to the top of the AA gun. Also managed to slowly push the cart up to this front corner while this is going on. Pro player with an overclock, and we've got a defensive nano boost as well. So a couple of things for Vipera to keep in mind, but Rav finds Jazzy. It's one less thing to keep in mind, and just going to end up kind of playing Peel in the back line. Pro player drops down to get some value out of this OC. But Rav takes down Dactus into 5v3 here, favoring Vipera on this push. They will get the cleanup. Ooh, SLZ trying to hide on the outside, see if they can get in a clever position to get this pulse in. Try to swing this defense back into this fight. Oh, that was a frame off from landing on Benita. Nano boost engage. Excuse me, nano blade engage. Nano used defensively onto Dactus, but they're just overwhelmed on the point. 2 points on the board. And Vipera, man, they have really got their foot on the gas right now. 5 minutes to work with heading into point C. Not to mention a whole war chest full of check marks to play with. Dax swap back over to a Winston. Overclock out from Tries has already picked up that kill, though. Ooh, finds Jazzy as well. Did it interrupt? Oh, I think it did. I think Jazzy might have just AJ'd that one. On the back of that overclock. We didn't catch it on screen. At least I didn't catch it on screen, but that sound barrier certainly did not land. And that could just been the straw that broke the camel's back here. The final dagger. No ults for this defense to work with to try to fight their way back onto this point. It became increasingly difficult to escape this small little area. Jazzy already down. Rare, the only source of healing alive, can't make it out to save Dactus. A nano onto Rav just to secure the objective while Hari secures the door. 3:38 left in the time bank. Quick teleport at top. Swap to the Tracer. Hari with a very aggressive position right out of the gate. Here to kind of block entrance in the path up to Griffin in that high ground. A little leapfrog, or should I say leap Winston, leaves both of them right out in the middle and suffered shots from our subsequent sojourns. But this favors the defense as they're able to sit back. Oh, well, I mean, that's if they can keep Snappy alive. Snappy ends up in the middle of the objective and Tries suffers a similar fate. Pounced on up top. Sleep lands onto Jazzy. You see them fall at Bro Player's feet as they're searching for their fourth kill in this fight. The dash out from Rav will deny him that. Bro Player in a bit of trouble, but has Rare here to keep him topped up. Still, Hari's able to hold the line. Dactus comes back for some peel. And despite Bro Player's fantastic 3K, they're not able to push in on this. Rav ends up turning it back around. That's an important pick, though. This could get some wind back in the sails of Moths, so they try to take this one. Rare's got the nano advantage. Let's see where they want to position Bro Player. Try to take this back high ground. Dactus misses the jump. A better free percentage, just kind of giving up. There's the nano engage up to the high ground. SLC drops, but Tries cannot survive the nano. The boop is in to help just keep Dactus away. Good job from Snappy. And the nano had been thrown on the Rav through all of this as well. They managed to move in and find Bo Player. Jazzy and Rare in a bit of trouble. The anti lands on the Hari, but still Hari's going to come up with that pick. This has left the attacking team running out of gas. They're about to run out of supports. Rare gets buzzed down, tased to death. What a retake there from Vipera. Hari's got the first primal here in the mix. Oop. And they are out. Taking too much damage inside the Lost and Found. Realize they've got an isolated 3, including both supports there at the front door. But Dactus took down their counterpart in that attack, and a nice move out of Bro Player to slide up, get that finish on Nahari. I mean, SLC shows up in the feed, but we saw Bro Player slide up there with a shot. That's enough. That's enough for the cap. It took him a couple tries, but Moths would get the show on the road. Damage coming in from all angles, making it very difficult for the back line 3, the back 3 to get through. SLZ ends up by themselves up front. Bro Player trying to crack it open here with this overclock. Gets a nano boost to help survive Rav's blade. There's even a sound barrier thrown in from both of our teams, as a matter of fact. But Benina doesn't get the benefits of that. Ends up falling. Tries trying to have the last laugh. Drops their own OC after Hari's already stomped on a Bro Player like a Goomba. A couple of shots. Peers through SLZ. And the defense have anchored this cart. Still have a couple of supports in the back end to try to deal with, and Dactus has returned to find tries. Hunting them down through the Mega Row. One quick turn deserves another. It's a bloody fight from both squads, but I think this cart's going to start rolling here. Moths got the numbers for now. Dactus gets melted on the front line. They don't miss the jump, or they're going to try to jump out and hit their head. There's going to be a late stagger. Yeah. "90 seconds from Moths to work with. 69% of the way towards a nano boost, but it's the only thing above 50. I guess Jazzy as well. Oh, but tries just makes it so difficult to get up the stairs. Absolutely shuts that down. Stop that attack before it ever got any legs. Okay, Dactus able to chase off the 3 hiding at the top of the stairwell. This will force Hari back. Hari does have the primal. And there, yeah, they're going to go ahead and pop it there. Try to jump in to see what they can get with that juggle. Bro Player's going to slide away up over the stables to get healing there from Rare. Nice little move. To ensure they don't get hunted down and just pushed all the way back. Here comes the dive back in the other direction. Hari gets slept on the peel back in. Taking a little bit of damage, but Dactus can't worry about that. Has got to find a way to get up to these squishies up top. Jazzy drops the sound barrier. Dactus doesn't get any of it. 15 seconds on the clock. Rav comes in. Has, well, I think had the nano. Blade finds Jazzy. That might have been... Oh, no, we saw the sound barrier come out. We saw the sound barrier come out. We're going to get a touch. No touch at the end. Vipera, hang on here in Moths map pick on Blizzard World to move up to match point.
This ends now. Headshot. Cooling down.
Look at some stats there from map 2. And Benina only died once that whole map. Golden Wolf. Golden Wolf is Benina. Fewest deaths. And oh, it's kind of hard to see here. Let me see if I can scroll this down a little bit. Make sure you get Dactus's stats on there, but 25 and 4 for Hari versus 12 and 9 there for Dactus. Hari also leading the server in damage. The only person above 10k. Tries is close. Yeah, excuse me. Trying to blow my monitor over with that sneeze. All right, we're just waiting on a player to get in here. We'll get into map 3. No ban for push, so Colosseo's a Vipera pick. Let's check on our hero bans here for this third map. It was a Tracer ban out of Moths and Ramatra, once again banned from Vipera. And this is that attack on Rav. Let's get into map 2. So both teams now showing us the hazard. Both of the Lucio carry. All right, with Tracer banned out, we're getting both Genjis on the battlefield. We're seeing kind of a mix of both. I think both teams are kind of leaning towards the Tracer, actually. But so far, so good here from Vipera. Very swift opening fight. We're not getting no 2 minutes of back and forth on this one. Both teams just clash face to face there on Statue side. And a swift win, swift end brought upon there from Vipera. Okay, Moss gonna go ahead and go all the way across. Favor securing the Tiger. With so many of Vipera were sitting up on that balcony side. I love this move. And SLZ. I mean, finds pay dirt right out of the gate. So as opposed to trying to push down to the low ground and putting themselves in a bad spot, really smart planning, really smart pathing. They're out of Moss and great execution from SLZ and Dactus. Ah! Good boop in from Jazzy, trying to push Hari into a bad spot. The Hari gets the downpour in on top of a kill on SLZ. I don't know if anybody quite got rooted in that, but Rav moves in to pick up both supports any way you slice it. Whether they were tied to the ground or not, Rav is able to force them to watch a respawn timer. And headed right back to the gelato truck here. Web player often just play from distance, force everybody back with that. Just using those sight lines. Oh, what a shot from Benita! Oh my goodness, that has some range on it. Kitsune Rush is in. It does in fact make it past the jacket wall out of Dactus. Everybody taking full advantage. So many assists lighting up that feed. All of them have the carry in there. A well-timed, well-placed Kitsune Rush. Rares was there, but we just weren't able to see Moths really find the value on the back of it. I think Rav and Tries just got the damage out too quick. Now both of them have DPS ults for this next fight. Checkpoint picked up here from Vipera. Dueling overclocks thrown in. Sound barrier out of Jazzy. Bro player goes up to the high ground. Dactus is going to throw in the downpour, but I believe I got a couple in it. But the sound barrier is in. Still tries, gets hunted down. Ends up being a 2-for-2 trade with Dactus coming up with a difference maker. Snappy. Gives the edge back over. 1 health gets away. Dactus, the last remaining player here from Moths. Ooh, as I say that, Jazzy comes screaming back onto the scene. SLZ on the case as well. Reinforcements starting to show up for both sides as this fight's going to start breaking out here in the archway. SLZ will have a blade for this. Keep an eye on Hari, see if they're able to lock him into place. Might be able to hit it just directly after. Ooh, catches it. The blade is stuck. SLZ gets absolutely destroyed. What a play out of Hari. Times it perfectly after the initial dash from SLZ. You saw the rotation from Hari before SLZ was even on that side of the screen. Incredible move. And then another well-placed, well-timed Kitsune Rush here out of Benina should result in the end of the fight win here from Vipera. God, such an impressive downpour. I'm still impressed with the timing on that. The prediction flick and hit of the ultimate, right? Because there's still like a bit of a time delay from when you hit Q and where the downpour actually lands. God, Hari was reading a crystal ball and where to throw that one in. Once again, we're seeing Dactus swap over to Zarya. Made this change earlier in the series. Clearly with an 0-2 scoreline and did not find much success. Rush thrown in from stairwell all the way across. Hari is surrounded. Bubble used to protect the carry from the violent leap. And I got clean up here on the back of that Kitsune Rush. Dactus coming up with a pair. So Moths give up the point, but they don't give up much past that checkpoint. Jazzy a couple of percentage away in the sound barrier, but not by much. Should have it here directly. Unless Vipera take this fight super fast, like go right now. Yeah, there it is. Jazzy gets the check mark. Pro player overclocked. Not able to get the second shot to stop the sound barrier out of Snappy. Jazzy gets theirs down barely in time to save SLZ. Dactus and the rest of the Moths still forced to back away, but only a little bit. Now trying to re-engage, see if they can hold this arch. Don't want to allow Vipera room to move into this long hallway and get set up. Tries to work around this far outside. Gets a good kill on a bro player. And that's exactly the angle tries once. Exactly what Moths didn't want. And now they're desperately trying to back away in one piece. Dactus is low. Dactus is dead. Snappy with 2 on the way out. Snappy double dipping for that doggy bag. Rush in over the top. Ravish is the Daster. Okay, climbs back up for the blade. Try to get the back end of that rush. Man, some swift strikes will finish off Jazzy and Dactus. Bot turning the final corner here for Vipera. The last stretch to reach this mark, and close this series out on a 3-0. I'm sure they were clocking the Kitsune Rush. Not sure about the grab. Tari gets stuck in it. Oh, nice kill from Rare as well. Trying to save bro. Bro. Able to win it out. We know we can buy with a little help from our friends. That's what we always say here on this stream. Rare providing just the assist needed there to keep bro alive through that exchange. Still a near 100-meter lead for Vipera with just over 2 minutes remaining in the map. At least in regulation. 25% sound barrier here for Vipera as well. Blade from SLZ here to start. Sound barrier is down. Benina doesn't get it. Player advantage out here for Moths, and they're going to throw in a continuing rush, try to leverage it into a fight win. Ooh, SLZ gets stop shy, not able to move up to the arches. Still stuck here, a little bit of a distance away, and Rav's able to capitalize there. Rare finds the kill, they're going to go down. Bro player with an overclock pushes Moths forward a little bit further, but they missed their jump to the high ground. Gonna have to settle here for some low ground shots on him and need it. In fact, forced back as Hari drops in. Missing that jump up here actually might have cost Moths. Bro player's able to get a kill off that leap up here and secure that area. I think they get a lot more map control and a lot more leverage in that fight. But as it stands, it's right back here in the archway. Able to protect against the downpour through Hari, though. And Jazzy's still with this sound barrier. He's going to need it with the continuing rush coming out here from Benina. The rest of Moths are trying to back up on the side walkway, whatever that side area is. They do use that sound barrier. Now throwing a grav to boot. Low health bars. Bro player gets the Kolak kill through the grav. I thought with Dactus going down, you know, there's a beautiful Suzu out of Benina and a kill on to Dactus. And I was scared for Moths that they weren't going to be able to find anything on that Graviton Surge. But man, Bro player delivers, lines them up. And with 37 remaining, Moths still have a shot in this series. Rav gets 2 with the blade here in the waiting seconds. That might just do it. That might just be the end of it right here and now. It's a 5v3 favoring Vipera with a massive lead. They have no need to push the bot. No one's going to get close. And the GG's in chat. Vipera will finish this one off at a 3-0. They do still have one more match to play this season, as we'll get them back on stream Friday for that final match against Arion. But looking super strong here in the Hazard meta today. Some stats from our third and final. Why does it stop there? Some stats from our third and final map. Once again, Hari leading the server in damage. Actually, no, I take that back. Dactus leading the server in damage. Excuse me. Not by much, but by enough. By enough. Still, I mean, can't quite convert it into the elims. You know, looking at, you know, Snappy on the Lucio with fewest deaths in the lobby. And Benina there, I mean, close to it. Close to it. Both, you know, backline staying robust, staying alive. Benina hardly died at all this series. Look, I mean, fewest deaths for 2 of our 3 maps. Really good job of just staying alive, getting good damage output. You know, able to output almost double the damage of Rare on the other side. A little bit more comparable there in map 2 as far as damage output, but the one death. But then you go back into Lijiang Tower. Once again, you're seeing double. This time more than, yeah, just barely. Actually, just by 2 points. By 2 points. Double the damage output. 27-17 would be 54-34. So, a really, really good job there out of the back line. I mean, obviously, Hari looked exceptional all series long. Led in damage for 2 of the 3 maps, and just barely underneath Dactus for damage lead in map 3. But, you know, got to give credit to that back line as part of that. And, I mean, really looking back at these stats, I mean, Benina had an outstanding series. Benina had an absolutely outstanding series. As did Tries as well. You know, Tries gets a big AJ amidst that. If not, I think Tries got an AJ. Jazzy got an AJ on to Snappy at some point in map 1. Then Tries gets an AJ on to Jazzy later with the overclock. I think Jazzy AJ twice, actually. I'm not sure. She may have. She may have. Oh, no. Hey, great series, though. If I had to dub an MVP, it'd probably be Benina. It'd probably be Benina there in the back line. I believe fewest deaths on the day across the board, with only 8 total in 3 maps. GG's all around. Really good look out of Vipera here in this final week of regular season. You know, looking strong heading into the playoffs and carrying that momentum. You know, if we're looking back here, so we can refresh this page. It should auto give us the dub. And you're looking at winning 7 of your last 8. And that one loss was a 2-3 map 5 loss to the currently number 2 seed of Meavtron. So, I mean, a really, really impressive streak here out of GG Vipera in the back half of the season. Especially considering how rough a start they had. So, another tough matchup against Arion. But, I mean, it's another team that's going to be right in their, right around their win record. Vipera are going to push up to 8th on the back of this. Let's refresh our standings here from today's matches. Yeah, Vipera do, in fact, move up into that 8th slot. So, Pytel win their match. Also get a 9th win on the board. I think. Wait, did Pytel? No, Pytel didn't play today. They already had the 9th win on the board. You see Moths drop to 13 again. I mean, they won't get knocked out of playoffs. OG Realm does lose that match. That was the Superstar match. But Moss could end up facing one of those top 3 teams. Now with an 8-8 record. I guess there is still hope that, like, if Arion and Potofu lose their final match, then there is, you know, perhaps Moss are able to move up a couple of marks from a map score record or something like that, having a better map score. But their fate is no longer in their hands. Moths have finished their season. They will complete season 4 at a perfect, perfect 500, 8-8 record. I mean, not bad. Not bad for your entry into Master Division. I mean, into Expert Division. I've seen teams do way worse, right? You know, so they're coming out of Advanced and will conclude season 4 with an 8-8 500 record. Not too shabby. I mean, we are going to see Moss in the postseason as well. So they're not done. They're not done. But I am done. That is all I have for you today, friends. Yeah, I got stuff and things to do. Got to catch up on some VODs. I'm behind on VODs. Got to catch up on some VODs. Also I got some stuff around the house I got to catch up on too. But I will be back a little bit later on for some NA. We will have some NA expert for you later on today. Should be a good one. Some playoff stakes on the line. As I will take a look, we're going to have Yuzu taking on Galactic. Tomorrow for Master Division playoffs, it's going to be Arias taking on SRP, checking lower bracket round 1. And I believe we're going to get Tanuki taking on Sienna Heights for Master Division lower bracket round 1. So, hope to see you all back here for all that exciting stuff. Of course, we'll have more matches. We'll round it out on Friday. That's all I've got for you tonight, friends. Or today. Today/tonight. Wherever you may be in the world. Hey, wherever you may be in the world, I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you for being here. Let's keep supporting Path to Pro Overwatch. It means the world. It really does mean the world to me. Stay awesome, stay hydrated. And I will see you back here for some NA a little bit later on. All right, bye, friends.